What up, YouTube? It's your boy Banks, and we back in the building. You feel me? It's True Talks, cause True Talks. All right, let's get straight right into it. So you already know, man. It's been a while, and the Raptors, they lost Vanvleet. Fred VanVleet signed a big, what was it, 3-year, $128 million deal with the Houston Rockets. Let me just do my due diligence and check to make sure I know the exact numbers. Yeah, 3 years, 128.5 mil, basically. Um, yeah, when you look at it from that perspective, it's just that's a lot of money. And obviously, Raptors fans, oh my God, we're not going to sign VanVleet, a miniature point guard who's pinch, who's small. You know what I mean? We're not going to sign him 3 years, 128 mil. No way, no way, no way. And I'm like, all right, yo, this is why when True talks, you listen, fam. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to give you that context because I give you that context. Let's go straight right into it, boy. So, the Raptors have had an underwhelming season last season. The year before, they were, I think, the fifth seed or sixth seed, whatever. And they obviously lost. Scotty got injured, and they lost in the first round to the Sixers. They lost in 6 games. So you would think that with a full year, everybody coming back healthy and all that type of stuff, it should be, and that was Scotty's rookie year. It should be Scotty should improve. Like everybody should get better. Trent there for longer now from training camp because I think he was there mid-season, whatever happened. So now, the odds should be that you increase and you should go on the up and coming up. You know what I'm saying? So obviously that didn't happen. They had a terrible season, didn't even make the play-in. And I was calling that from time because I'm like, this roster makeup doesn't mesh, and it starts from the head. Pascal and Scotty both are playing the same. They're fighting the same position. They're the same play style, and they're clashing with each other. And then the chain reaction goes to everybody else. Not only that, Nick Nurse, as the head of the snake in terms of the coach, didn't adjust his play style based on the personnel, or didn't adjust his sets based on the personnel that he has available. He was still running that Pascal, he switched actually to run, because before it used to be Lowry, VanVleet doing a lot of the ball handling, and Pascal would get it in moments, and he'll ISO and whatever, and he'll ball handle. It's not like, remember, it's basketball. It's more positionless now, in this NBA, that everybody's going to ball handle for the most part. But I'm talking about in terms of, if I have to have 10 possessions, what's going to happen out of the 10 possessions, or for majority of the shot clock in those possessions? We're breaking it down further, right? When you look at it, the play style, they shifted during this season, kind of near the end of last season. They kind of shifted, especially just this season, for the most part. Let's talk about this season. They shifted because VanVleet was an all-star last season. Why? Because he was ball handling a lot. Remember when Pascal was injured, he was cooking, and his production it rose, and everything was just skyrocketing. His percentages increased, and he had the ball in his hand. He played PG for the most part, ran the pick and roll, pulled in the drop, all of that type of stuff. Pascal was setting, Scotty was setting screens, and they would get their ISOs, obviously. But for the most part, VanVleet was bringing the ball and controlling the pace, controlling the tempo, controlling in just what happens in the half-court set. For the most part, not every possession, obviously. Yeah, like I said, there's more skill around in the NBA. We have multiple guys that could ball hand on your team. Like, it's not the Luka offense or the Braun offense. Like, mans can bring it up and do what you know what I mean? So, but for the most part, it was VanVleet was kind of inbound. You get it to VanVleet, and he gonna see what we gonna do, right? That shifted, and Pascal was the one. That's why Pascal's assist increased this year, and he had basically an all-NBA type of caliber season individually. But I said, when Pascal eats individually with this roster, it's not necessarily going to mean that the team is going to have great success. When you look at it, when Pascal was with Kawhi, when Pascal is eating on the back end, meaning off cuts, he'll get his post-ups here and there and his ISOs here and there off the face-up when he has mismatches. And then transition, he's going to kill, he's going to do his Euro, scoop lays and all those, his layup and spin lay, whatever. But for the most part, he's scoring in moments, and just from the ISO point of view, in moments. It's not like it's every time he has the ball and he's making decisions. That changed this year, and he was doing a lot of that. So VanVleet was mainly spotted up for a lot of it, which now affects his rhythm. Not everybody is a Kyrie. Not everybody is a KD. Not everybody is a D-Book, where it doesn't matter if they have the ball or not. They're multifaceted. they could spot up and they could be effective spotting up, coming off the ball, coming off the screens. They could get it, pump fake, one dribble pull. They'll still be efficient even if they don't have the ball for majority possessions. A lot of guys in the NBA aren't. That's the separation in talent, in eliteness. There's guys who they need rhythm, meaning they need to have a feel for the ball, bring it up, pass it, 1-2, be part of the flow. So now when they get the catch and shoot, they'll hit it. As opposed to if I'm cold turkey, chilling in the corner, and then now I get it and I have to shoot it, the rhythm is off. Not everybody is like that, which is why you see guys play different when they're with Bron versus without Bron, because they're affected by the rhythm that LeBron takes from you by his play style. Anyways, I digress. The point is, Vanvleet was affected by the shift. Nurse shifted in terms of making Pascal individually grow, which he did individually, but it canceled the team. Scotty now doesn't have the ball as much, and he has to be a spot-up shooter. Vanvleet, OG dog. When Pascal's not there, you see how OG turns up. When Pascal's there, OG is more timid, and he's affected. Like Gary Trent's affected. A lot of people are affected because now they're limited to their roles and to their catch and shoot or just having the rock scenarios. So that affected the team, and I saw the clash, and that's why I was like, Raptors are not going to do nothing this year. I could smell it because of it's not with this type of roster. You have to specifically play a designed way to maximize your roster. Meaning, if I was the head coach of the Raptors last year, what I would have done was I would have Vanvleet, Trent, OG, my shot creators, do majority of the ball handling, pull in the gaps, pull off, and have Scotty, Pascal screen, and based off the screening, you hit them on the roll, short roll. They could float or they could kick to the corner, or whatever. Or now they get a mismatch, they post up. You play, they play off the mobility, and they just read and screen and relocate and screen roll and all that type of stuff. Then Pascal slashes 2-on-1. Scotty throws in the alley. Like they play off the ball for the most part and have the ball in the creator's hands, the shooter's hands. In OG, Trent, and Vanvleet. Bring Malachi and let him do that too. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that type of stuff. So that's how I would have designed the offense instead of having Pascal bringing it downhill, bringing it up, ball handling and going ISO, and then now Vanvleet setting the screen for him, and then Vanvleet spotting. Like, what are we talking about, yo? He doesn't have a bag like that because now mans are gonna get in duress situations and they don't have the rhythm. You got to know your personnel. You got to know your team. Or even if you started like that, adjust it when it's not working. Anyways, that's why the team, you could see the team versus Nick Nurse, a lot of man's lost. You know what I mean? It was lost in translation. He lost the team. You could see that, which is why he even was saying, I'm not coming back before they even did that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, from that perspective, this is where they went wrong. Vanvleet, when it comes to everything, is going to just follow me. Follow me with my paintbrush, what I'm trying to paint, so you can understand when it came to this decision why Vanvleet why it went X, Y, and Z this way, right? So we're going to go into that because a lot of y'all are just looking at decisions and not understanding the context that leads to the decision. I don't know none of these mans. I'm just from the outside looking in, but I hoop, you know what I'm saying? And from a hooper's perspective, I can kind of see what's going on just off the hooper's perspective. And it doesn't mean I'm right. I could be wrong. But I'm just gonna point this out there because this is the lens that I see it from. Vanvleet. Let's go to the context of Vanvleet because after I paint this, you'll see whether it's a mistake or not from Masai's end. Okay, and whether again, I don't think they would have to sign him for that much. I think he's asking for that much because of the context. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember, 2020, Vanvleet signed a 4-year, $85 million deal, which a lot of people at the time even seemed like a lot. And I said, that's not a lot. He could have got more. Remember the Knicks, you see they got Brunson. They probably going to offer him more or even a little bit more. But Vanvleet's looking at, okay, you know what? This is the first Raptors. I'm going to get my contract. Lowry's leaving. I'm coming in to be the point guard. Why would I go somewhere else and be a point guard? I don't know. I know stuff here. I'm going to grind with y'all. Y'all giving me a bag. I'm going to hoop, and I'm going to prove that, I'm actually way better. Because he was playing backup. Remember, he was playing backup PG, and even when he was starting, when Kawhi and them came, he went back to the bench, and then when Kawhi wasn't there, him and Lowry were a miniature point guard, and he's kind of sharing the rock with Lowry, bringing it up and whatever. Now Lowry is gone. I'm the de facto point guard. Like, it's me. I'm the point guard. So, and then he proved it by being an all-star. Now you just cold turkey switch. So if I proved myself in Vanvleet's perspective, if I proved myself and y'all, now I didn't prove myself from the fans' eyes and y'all's eyes, you could break down the numbers or whatever, but it's only because something switched. Y'all switched something. So because y'all switched something, and clearly y'all are the way it's looking, y'all aren't going to move Pascal. Y'all aren't fine. There's a play style clash with Scotty and Pascal. Both are like there's too many playmakers that can't shoot. So by that in itself, I have to spot up because y'all want to put the ball in their hands, and I have to just be the shooter. I have to space the floor. I'm not trying to play that way. I came here to be point guard. I signed a 4-year, $85 million to be point guard and improve my money and my individual play. Like I'm going for the All-Stars. I got a ring already. Now I'm going for the All-Stars. I'm going for I want to stamp myself individually, meaning I need the free reins at the point guard. That's Vanvleet's context. You don't even need to talk to the man. That's what he's trying to do. I run a ring. I showed in moments during those rings that I'm him in terms of showing up. I even got a Finals MVP vote. I think it was Cap, but still, he was still hooping. It shouldn't be enough to get Finals MVP vote, but he got a vote because in big moments he was snapping. For real, for real. He even brought the energy out for KD to even clap out to lock him up when, you know what I mean? The same game when KD tore his Achilles, VanVleet was hooping. So when you look at it from that perspective, dog, you have to understand that, okay, if he's hooping and he's killing and that's his context, let me be the point guard. I'm here to do that. There could have been conversations that he's going to do that. That's why they're letting Lowry go. I'm going to be the point guard. So now when you move past that and you look at it, okay, now it's coming around the time. Remember, it's not that VanVleet had an player option in this year. He could have locked in and did 1 year and betted on himself in 1 year in the same situation, whatever he was going to make 21 mil or whatever. But dog, it's so for a man to not you got to understand this is guaranteed money. All right, let's understand that. Most mans, when you're in an elite status point, they are the ones who maybe could not opt in and not opt out on the last year of their contract, and depending on how the team's moving, I'm going to be out. So for a man who has the 4-year 85, for him to do that, that means he feels that my play, it's established that I'm here. I got the all-star berth. I'm at some level, I'm an all-star caliber point guard. Once you get that, now you're moving different. Now it's dog, I'm not, gone are the days of me betting on myself. Gone are the days of me basically trying to be yo, okay, fine, I'll take less money and I'll play the off ball. When the team directs you and tells you, yo, this is what we need you to do. When you reach a certain point and you got the all-star, gone are the days of you relinquishing what you really want to do. Gone are those days. That doesn't happen no more. The man is here at what? He's 29. Dog, we're not doing that. Oh, okay, I'm gonna sign with y'all again for a bit less, and then do this whole situation where I might not have I'm not gonna lose bread and lose my individual play. That's not happening. When you get to that level, that doesn't. With those mans, all-star caliber players and up. All-star caliber, superstars, whatever, or perennial all-stars or borderline all-stars, whatever. Once you reach that level and you're past the role player point, it's a different ball game. That's what you guys don't understand. It's a different ball game, a different mentality. Our ages, we don't move. Come on now. We put our nuts on the table now. And if you don't abide, we out. You get what I'm saying? Because there's other mans. If y'all willing to give me this, there's other mans who they know I will snap over here with more. This is the league, yo. Do y'all understand? Mans are watching, mans. Mans, if you're an all-star caliber player and all of a sudden you're not an all-star, but you see this guy, mans watch the games. Houston Rockets know, yo, if we make him we don't have a PG over here. Kevin Porter's running PG. If we give him the bag for a PG, we could, and he's a veteran and he's won a ring, he's going to bring a presence and he's going to, mans are going to play their role. All of that whole, they literally had, they didn't have a PG. It was just random basketball. Jalen Green would do it. Kevin Porter will do it. This whoever, you know what I'm saying? Eric Gordon before he got traded with whoever. Now we established we have a PG. Now we going, okay, he's going to know when to give Şengün the rock. He's going to know when to run. We can run Jalen Green play off the ball. Kevin Porter could play off the ball, but he could also come get the ball and run the P. It's a team now when you have certain things in play. When you have a PG, everyone can fill into their proper roles and grow individually there as opposed to chaotic, which is where the inconsistency lies. So they view VanVleet as a valuable person. We can bring an all-star point guard, a championship point guard here. It's not about the team success, it's about the start of a new blueprint He's gonna lock in. He's elite in the locker room. Dog, his work ethic is elite. It's gonna trickle down to these guys. So now they're gonna be the best version of themselves. Like this is what we're talking about. So his value to them is higher than his value is to the Raptors. And not only that, I'm gonna go here, get the bag, and I get to develop my skills as a PG, pass and all of that type of stuff, and I don't have to just spot up every time. Doesn't mean he's not gonna spot up, but like, you know what I'm saying? Why would I re-sign with the Raptors and extend when they're gonna give me a bit less? Because let's go now. Read Vanvleet was talking that, it was a report, Bleacher Report. Vanvleet was offered a 4-year extension, 114 mil prior to the season. The offer wasn't rejected, but there was that they would wait with no deadline discussed. So that was a long time ago. 4 years, 114. He got 128. So we got more money and less time. You know what I'm saying? And for Vanvleet to wait, it's because I'm not gonna lock into this and then y'all put me in this Fugazi role. I'm not doing that. Let me see how I'm moving this season. Now because this is the role y'all gave me this season. That's clearly what it's gonna be. Y'all know I'm moving Pascal like nothing's happening, and this is what y'all go. This is the direction y'all going with. Y'all don't need a point guard. You need a point guard that can shoot. Just spot up. I'm not doing that at this point in my career. No. And sacrifice some money. What is that? 114 versus 128. That's 14 million in less year. Like, come on now. So he's getting more per year too. And it's even better if I'm getting more per year and it's less contract. So now I could get when you're locked in for longer, if 4 years versus 3 years, if you're getting more money in 3 years, that means 3 years when I'm 31, 32, it's more guaranteed I could get a solid contract for a longer term because I'm still at the point of my prime, as opposed to 1 year past that. Now get it, you know what I mean? You could have declined a little bit, and now the money you're gonna get or the offer that man's want to give you is way less than what you would a year. Like when you get to that age, a year makes a difference. So for me to get more money in less, that's beneficial for me because now I re-up faster and I could be snapping that year. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so now it's guaranteed for me that I'm going to get a longer like I'm going to get this same type of contract I can maybe get or in that realm 3 years from now. So that's a benefit from Vanvleet's perspective. Why do I need to stay with the Raptors for? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the context. Why am I staying with the Raptors for when this is what y'all trying to do? Like, come on now. And I'm not going to sacrifice money and play style. No. No more. No more. That's not happening no more. I don't need to talk to Vanvleet. I don't need to know him. But dog, as a hooper, come on now. I've seen him individually grow in terms of his play. Like the year he was an all-star, I seen him pull in the gap way more, pull in the midi way more from the left. Before he used to pull more to the right. He's pulling to the left. He's pulling to the right. He's taking advantage of drop coverage. All of that, he started developing and being more better individually in terms of taking advantage because he has more opportunity to do so. He still would waste opportunities. Don't get it twisted. He will still frustrate me. You already know. But he still grew from where he was. Hence the all-star berth. I'm going to just keep growing. Pause. So when you look at it from that perspective, dog, I know a lot of y'all Raptors like, okay, Raptors fans, y'all just be seeing, y'all react to things and don't, sometimes, just not just Raptors fans in general. I'm a fan too, but I hoop. So it's a difference. There's a purist fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all have to understand that, yes. Oh my God, Masai's not going to sign him for 3 years, 128. Vanvleet, let's switch it now. Let's say the play style was different with Nick Nurse. Vanvleet's actually getting the rock. He's almost, even if they don't make the playoffs where they're playing, he still has an individual great season because the ball's in his hand and he's comfortable. Now Vanvleet will come to the table with a different lens. In terms, he might sacrifice because again, if I go to the Houston Rockets, remember, man's always you test the waters. Like before you sign with someone, you go see what could I have gotten. And now you every year you see something. Every time someone signs, it doesn't mean they just lock unless they're like that's their team. You know what I mean? That's most of the times, even in that situation, most mans be smart and they go test the waters. Like, okay, if I was to sign here, what would y'all be giving me? What would y'all be doing? So you test your market. My value over here is this much, but if I was to go there, I'm going to be on a bad team. Yes, I'm going to be killing individuals, but I'm on a bad team. Is that what I'm trying to do for my career at this point, at this age? I'm not trying to do that for 4 years, lock bare bag, and I'm just there with young. I'm not trying to do that. So Vanvleet probably wouldn't want to go that direction. If it's only a $14 million difference, he might sacrifice and be like, you know what? I'll lose on the one extra year less money if I'm literally going to be on a better team, a contender, and I'm going to be given the rock and I can play actual PG and I'm getting better on bigger stages, and I'm gonna take that route as opposed to going to the Rockets getting 3-year 128. He might look at it different because if he's been hooping the whole year and almost all-star, and like he had an all-star last year, then now this year he's almost all-star. He still has the ball in his hands, like nothing has changed, and he's confident and he's comfortable and liking how he's being used and how he's being able, the opportunity he has with the Raptors. He's gonna probably resign. He's going to look at it differently. That's why I say, Masai, y'all dropped the ball. Nick Nurse, Masai, both of y'all dropped the ball in this situation. Not only that, you lose Vanvleet and you get Schroeder, fam. Yes, cheaper, but y'all already lack shooting. Now you're going to bring Schroeder, fam? So what are you going to do? Now Pascal's the ball and he's going to kick it out to Schroeder? Off double teams, and he's going to be hitting, lights out. Schroeder is going to be hitting. Like, y'all, I hoop. I don't care about percentages, fam. I hoop. Man sag off Schroeder all the time. He'll hit 1-2. He'll hit here and there. But is that what we doing? Vanvleet hits even more than here and there, and yet it was a struggle. So now we're going to get less shooting at the PG spot? Oh, they signed Noel Marquise. They didn't even play Malachi. You think they're going to play Marquise? And gonna let him, you know how he plays, pick and roll, and I control everything. I dime the corner like I'm hooping. Y'all think they're gonna do that with Pascal and Scott on the court? They're gonna let him do that? No. You're not even gonna see the floor, fam. Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all didn't see what they just did to Malachi? Like, Malachi don't hoop? Like, Malachi ain't nice? Like, what are we talking about, fam? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all have to understand something. How the year was played, I told y'all from time that if y'all, it's either it plays, how it's played is, like, this is what I'm saying. If they let it play how it played out perfectly, let Pascal eat, even though the Raptors aren't winning that much, but he's individually snapping. Forget VanVleet right now. Pascal's eating individually, but y'all trade him and flip him. You think VanVleet's going to look to the Rockets to sign? He's going to be, oh, I'm PG here. We traded Pascal. We have bare 3-and-D guys and a 1-2 shot creator, and I'm here. They need a PG, and I'm here. They're going to sign. They might even give him maybe not the same exact money, but VanVleet will sign with the Raptors, most definitely. But he's not going to sign when y'all still have the same situation. Like, come on now. I'm not doing that. I'm going to lose bread and do that. And then once I say yes to that, y'all might even treat me worse and now have me spot up OD. Like, if I agreed to that already, like, it's come on now, fam. Y'all already, when I didn't agree to that, y'all already made me spot up when I agreed to run PG. That's why I signed here 4-year 85. And y'all still in that 4-year after my All-Star year made me go spot up. So now, after we know that, I'm going to sign for another 4 years, 114, when y'all made me spot up and I don't like that. He's never going to be able to complain. Why? That would be stupid of him. So that's what happened. Dog, I don't need to talk to no man. Like, I watch the games. I read between the lines. That's what happened. Most mans, when they get a contract extension offer, they take it. It's bread. For you not to take it, it's because something's going on here. I don't like it. I don't like it. You heard? I don't like it. So when you look at it from that perspective, definitely Masai and Nick Nurse both dropped the ball. But I'm not even mad at Nick Nurse because him doing what he did with Pascal and Pascal having the whole individual season to show his individual play and increase his marketability. You know what I mean? And increase his trade stock. Increase it to the max. We're now at trade deadline. That's why I said trade deadline. Masai pulled the trigger. If y'all pull the trigger, then Nick Nurse, even though he gets fired and his play, what he did with Pascal was great. Because now if you trade Pascal and you got the most for him, it doesn't even have to be another superstar. It could be bare elite, solid role players. That now creates a hierarchy where now OG does more, Trent does more, VanVleet does more, and Scotty does more. That 4 tandem already is solid enough to be a contender with great pieces around them and shooting. We've seen this. Like, the Nuggets are showing you. Like, you don't need, you know what I mean? Like, it's the new NBA. The skill is everywhere. The skill is everywhere. A man's just solid in this. Like, you could maximize just, they could be a top 4 seed easily if they did what I said to do. Because the Scotty you're going to see is going to be Draymond 2.0. Like, y'all haven't even seen the real Scotty because he's hindered. He's literally hindered. That's what I'm saying. If you have the real Scotty, the real Vanvleet, a better version of Trent, and the real OG, like, what are y'all talking about, yo? Like, this is what I'm saying. Masai dropped the ball twice now. Nick Nurse, forget him. He played it beautifully because Pascal got his trade stock up. If you traded him, Masai, and you capitalize on it, Nurse might even stay, fam. And forget even if he stays or not. Regardless, Vanvleet will probably stay, fam. One or the two. Now you lost Nurse and you lost Vanvleet. And y'all telling me, like, come on now, yo. Y'all going to be in this fugazi position all the time. Might not make play-in, might not make playoffs, but not bad enough to get high picks. Like, that's the worst place to be in. With that talent of a roster, makes no sense to me. Makes no sense to me. Masai, y'all dropped the ball, yo. Y'all dropped the ball. Y'all dropped the ball, fam. 1,000%. Y'all dropped the ball. This is horrendous. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not a great look. Again, like I said, it's not about forget about Vanvleet getting the 3 year. He wouldn't have to get the 3 years or whatever if he knows my context here is if he's going to take the more marketable standpoint at this point in your career. If I could display a bag and the money is not far off, but I'm on a contender situation, I'm on national TV, I'm playing good team, solid team, like, you know what I mean? I'm in the playoffs, all that time, and I'm playing the way I want to play. Any man is going to, as a hooper, you're going to take that over slightly more money on a bad team. At this point, like, he's in his prime years. Why would I do that? Most mans do that at the later point of their career. He's doing the later point of the career in his prime. Because at the end of the day, he's not going to give up the money and the individual. I'm not doing that. I'm going to get the money because I might not get this level of money again. So I'm just going to get the money wherever I'm at. When mans do that, it's because the team they're on is sussing. That's what happened. So, yes, the Raptors dropped the ball with that. Like, again, they're going to miss Vanvleet. But it's not just about missing him. It's about y'all made a decision that you're going to Pascal Scotty way. Like, y'all have to make a decision. Now watch what's going to happen. They're going to make a decision when it's too late, like I said. When Pascal's stock drops a bit more now they're going to make a decision and trade him. Now you lost Vanvleet. Because, again, Vanvleet is actually an all-star caliber point guard. For you to get that in the market, for mans to go to Toronto, when have you seen an all-star caliber point guard just say, yes, I'm going to the Raptors? It don't happen. So when you bred that and you have that, you don't just lose that. Especially if you're eventually going to trade the guy that would have kept him here. You're eventually going to have to trade Pascal. It's going to happen. I just call things before it happens. Eventually you're going to have to make a decision. Pascal or Scotty. You're going to have to make a decision. You can't have both of them. You're going to have to make a decision. Pascal or Scotty. Because now when you have both of them, it's like if you have both of them in, like they had a season, we're gonna have to play small and Scotty be the 5. You've seen that when you face Embiid and some of these guys, it don't work. You need an actual big. That's why they got Pirtle. But then you can't have Pascal, Scotty, and Pirtle in the game. That's 2 shooters outside of them. That's gonna have to be like you're literally at a disadvantage every time. Extreme disadvantage. In this NBA, when do you see 3 non-shooters in the court at the same time? When do you see that? Dog, it's crazy, fam. So when you look at it, dog, you have to understand that, listen, Masai made a mistake. He's been making mistakes. And then on top of that, you now have the 13th pick, and you don't draft a PG to replace Vanvleet. Forget that. You don't draft Amani Bates. You don't draft Dawkins. You draft a role player, just a spot-up guy in Dick. I know he could do a bit more, but come on, fam. He's a Duncan Robinson with a little bit extra. That's what we doing at 13th pick? When you could have had Amani Bates, you could have, if let's say Vanvleet leaves and you have Amani Bates, now you add another taller shot creator, you know what I mean? Dawkins, 6'5", he could even probably maybe do a 1-2 PG. Like you add a, you know? But we have Trent, we have these guys, so we don't need that. So you don't fill the PG role, but you fill a spot-up shooting role at 13th pick. Anyways, I talked about that. Go check out that video. I talked about that pick. But the point is, the Masai, you dropped the ball, fam. You dropped the ball. At some point, Masai, like, you got to listen to me, fam. Masai, what are you doing, yo? And then y'all sign McDaniels, another positionless can't shoot guy? That's what we doing? Schroeder, a point guard that can't shoot guy? Like, that's what we doing? It's the same shit. Just how many years? Just doing the same. Come on, yo. At some point, you know what you need. You know what you need. Besides, start. You got to like forget. We lost Vanvleet. I know. All right, it's because you didn't trade Pascal, but you're gonna have to choose Pascal or Scotty at some point. You're gonna have to choose Pascal or Scotty, and you know you have to choose Scotty. He's the younger guy. He's gonna be able to be a better version of whatever you saw with Pascal. He's gonna have that. You've seen it. You know it. In the clutch, he makes his free throw. You know this. He makes his free throws. He turns up in the clutch like when he's. Come on now. You had the perfect opportunity. Pascal killed in that season. All NBA at that point. Trade him when mans want him. Now you know when you're going to want to trade him. Do you think you're going to get... Like, even DeRozan, you traded too late, but luckily Kawhi was injured. You got... You know? Luckily. Now you're going to trade Pascal, and it's going to be too late, and what are you going to get for him? 2 3-and-D guys? That's it? At least if you traded Pascal, you could try and maybe finesse a Mikal Bridges type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those Cam Johnson type of guy. You could have, you know, doesn't have to be bare of them, but at least one of those, and then maybe a 3-and-D role player guy, and that's great for Pascal, and maybe a pick. I'm solid with that because now everyone go elevate. OG gonna be different now. Like, come on, fam, Masai, you gotta do better, yo. You gotta do better. I rock with you. You're my guy. You're my guy though, but you gotta do better, fam. Like that's crazy. That's multiple sussing in 1 year, yo, in the same month. Or 2, whatever. Didn't trade Pascal when it was hot. Now y'all trying to, every time y'all do that, you don't trade him when he's hot, then you look for him when he's not hot, and you see the value you're going to get from his garbage. And now you got to keep him and Pascal, him and Scotty together. And then now you lose Vanvleet. And then now you draft Grady Dick. You draft the role player, bottom shooter at 13 with Amani Bates sitting like, come on, fam. Like, this is multiple. And then you sign Jalen, then you sign Dennis Schroeder to replace him. Like, that's what we doing? All right, yo. And I like Dennis Schroeder, but with that team, you need a shooting PG, yo. You need a guy that could get buckets and can be non-limited, which what Vanvleet was. It's crazy, yo. Masai, you dropping the ball, right? You dropping the ball, fam. Like, this is y'all are gonna be in the same position next year. So y'all got to get it together. Anyways, True Talks is True Talks. Share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no doubt here. There's no drought here. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. You already know. Dog, spread the word. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Dog, Vanvleet, like, that's why I'm saying there was a mistake that they let Vanvleet go because of what it means. Letting Vanvleet go means you didn't trade Pascal. So now Vanvleet has to go because you're going to make him be the same guy. He doesn't want to be that. I'm not losing bread and not get him. Like, I'm not doing two things. I'm not doing that shit no more. He out now. And then you don't replace him with a great pick or some type of bucket, nothing. And then you replace, come on now. This was a more horrendous year from the Raptors that I anticipated, honestly. It's not about what they have. What they have is not bad. It's not that they have bad pieces. It's just what you gave up, what you lost, and what you could have had. Now it's horrendous when you scan everything. You could have had way better. Come on now, yo. Anyways, True Talks is True Talks. Like I said, share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no doubt here. There's no drought here. You feel me? We're gonna increase the level of output. Definitely, man. It's just, we gotta find the balance. I know life, man, but we getting out there, man. And I just spread the word. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You feel me? That dog. The Raptors they be frustrating me all the time, and then you fans don't make it any easier. But it is what it is. Y'all love the Raptors, so clap for that. Because y'all still will be there. Even with this atrocious team, y'all still will be there. Watch the half-court offense. Y'all thought it was bad last season? Oh, my God. Watch what you go with McDaniels in and Schroeder in and then Pascal and then Scotty and then Jakob. Then you're only going to have 1 or 2 shooters in at all times. And OG and Trent. Who else? You don't even play Malachi. Grady Dick now. You're going to spot her like he's... come on, fam. I'm out, yo. I'm tired of it. I'll be out. We out.